Alright, yeah, we should be set. The thing is live, so I guess I'll go ahead and welcome everyone. This is our Meijin series. This is instead our Platinum League, I believe. We have different leagues that you can climb the ranks and hit different brackets with your play for this Meijin series. This is going to be a match between Dexirian or Dex and Kitti. They are going to be doing a first to 20, and then the winner will move on into Meijin, and the loser will have to fight and make sure they can stick around in the current league. Dex starting strong with a good 4 chain, and then otherwise Kitty's going to be using that to strike back because it didn't quite top him off. A big danger yet. There we go. Okay, so Dex is putting on a good amount, a little bit of pressure to Kitti. Kitti hasn't quite found the bearings to strike back yet, and tried to go for a 5 combo when he didn't quite have the time for it, so got punished for that. A little bit of a modest GPM match there. I want to see a little bit more garbage coming at each other. Combo garbage from Kitty's snipe Dex right away. I was about to say, no, that's not going to be enough, Kitti, but no, it was. Dex left one little column for himself to get sniped. Alright, now we're both starting with 5 chains, Kitti making it a 6 chain, and we're both ready to actually receive that attack this time around, so we're going to have a little bit more of a back and forth this time. Alright, Dex in some trouble. Gonna have to do a little bit of fancy work to get out of this. Oh, I could have brought that dark blue, but maybe just kind of missed it with the inputs. Curious about... Okay. Yeah, Dex lists himself as a silver in our Discord. Even I think he's just sticking it at a 1337 rating for fun, and not quite continuing on with doing ranks. So I'm kind of curious. This may be a little bit more of an even match than the rating may actually show. Dex went for a fancy slide, but wasn't ready to defend the little bit of combo garbage that was coming. I think Kitti is very, very strong in regards to the type of garbage patterns he sends. You have to always be ready for what is coming next, because if he sends a big chain, you know for a fact he's bringing little combo garbage to immediately follow that. He is very dangerous with his attack patterns. Alright, both defending well so far. He's sitting at a pretty high stack. Usually when you have that high, you want to use it to defend and burn down, get a little bit more of an offense going. But no problem, he's able to burn off a little bit of the panels and mount more of an offense, but Dex isn't quite topped off at the moment, and now he's going to be sending a big chain of his own. He's doing a good job constantly popping something and making sure that a bunch of combo garbage didn't just hit him with that big chain sitting at the top of his stack. Yep, he knew that combo garbage was coming. Doesn't top him off after he downstacks a little bit, so he's pretty safe. Had time to kind of figure out the best way to approach that. And while Dex is sitting very pretty, no real offense coming on his side either. So a little bit of a low GPM match. Sometimes it's pretty common for people to just focus more on defense for a bit and let offense come later. And they're done. Kitti taking 4-1 lead. Both opening with a slide and both landing both their slides, so that was fun. But they were both just for ×2s. Right, Dex using the little bit of garbage he had to combo chain off, but he didn't quite. That 6 kind of got in the way of what he was trying to do, actually. He couldn't quite defend anymore with not a lot of great options on the left. Moderate-sized garbage coming from Kitti. Just about topping off Dex. If, like maybe one more combo garbage block had fallen, I think he wouldn't have had time to walk all those blocks over, but Kitty's able to finish him off anyway. Kitty's in a dangerous mood this morning. He was earlier when these two were warming up, man, they were perfectly even, and now that the actual match has started, Kitti is just rolling away with it. We also played. I just happened to play Kitti earlier this morning, and he just stole every single one of my rating points that I had accrued over the past week. So he's definitely playing very well this morning, or I guess it's actually evening for him. Dex is still kind of going for some different frame checks and all that, but you gotta be careful, especially when you're defending. You want to not rely on those. If you're not in any trouble, of course, go for it and try to extend whatever chain you got, but and if it's a defensive maneuver, you want to make sure you have something ready to jump over to in like a frame, so in case it doesn't work out. Got a pretty full screen of panels to work with. Now he's trying to find his next option. Couldn't quite find a single swap, and it really looked like everything was going to need a little bit more organizing before he could have defended, so that was a tough situation. He's starting with a good chain combo, and Dex as well, so really they both had quite a good opening this time around. Dex had an incidental Shogun and then he let it go. A Shogun isn't always the right thing to do, but it makes me cry just a little bit whenever I see them disappear. All right. Kitti having a couple different tiers to work with. He's able to separate or work through all that, so he no longer has 2 tiers. Dex did some strong defending there in case some more combo garbage fell on him. He was ready and had some more options pre-popped so that nothing else would fall on him while he was figuring out his options. So good awareness there. What are you doing? Yeah. Kitty had a little bit of a fumble with popping some light blues before it was touching the garbage, and then create a pit. So he didn't quite have the time to get his second option over. Ooh, oh, okay. Ooh, some quick down stacking from Dex. If that combo garbage had fallen just a little bit sooner, oh man, that was quite the save. Kitty being really ruthless with this attack pattern, like I mentioned earlier. He probably sees that Dexirian is not quite clearing anything off yet, so he's holding off on doing any big chains or anything like that, and just continuing to send little pieces of combo garbage. That's really brutal when you're not able to quite get an immediate clear. Excuse me. Swag is cool, but so is staying alive. I totally agree. Adapting to your opponent's attack patterns. You see all these, little funny colored blocks falling and popping, and you think, oh, well, you just make sure you don't get topped off and die. But there's definitely, your opponents are absolutely sending different patterns and different ways in which they're trying to fill your board up. And adapting that can be very strange at times. I think, like, Kitty's such a great example, especially at this level, where Kitty will just really watch your board and see what you're struggling with and take advantage of whatever it is. He sees that you are not quite clearing his combo garbage off, so he's going to keep on sending combo garbage even though he has maybe a chain available. And so you got to always be diligent of that and always adjusting. Alright, can Dex make it clear? There we go. Big chain from Dex. Using that to chain off a little bit more. Now he's just got to connect the garbage there. I don't like that combo garbage that started to sink in. Always got to be careful of that. Kitty's going to be in a little bit of a holding pattern while he breaks through this big chain. I know Dex is going to be just getting ready for another big chain. That's probably the best thing Kitty could do at this moment, so he knows to prepare for that. There it is. Dex was ready. Oh, he popped. His green's not quite in the right order, and it wasn't touching the garbage. He just about had it ready, but that was a good 2.5 minute match. ×3 from Kitty, ×4 with some combo garbage mixed in there for Dex. Ooh, okay, a little bit of fancy moving there. Okay, Dex doing some burns to stay alive. That's exactly what you gotta do in this situation, but you can't just downstack. Yeah, downstacking is the hardest thing to get rid of when you're kind of panicking. You gotta keep popping. You can't downstack unless you've got the solution happening right there, you know? Oh, Dex did a tornado and I missed it. I was watching Kitty. I personally do not subscribe to tornadoes. I will never really attempt them, but any of you all that are crazy enough to go for it, you know, have at it. Have fun. They are just too inconsistent for me. Or I am too inconsistent for them, I should say. Dex Dex got a little bit of garbage built up there, but he's starting to clear through it. He's got a lot of different options. He's burning a lot of them though. Okay, if he did move that red over, he would have had a clear, but it didn't matter because he killed Kitti anyway. Right. Good attack from both, but no one stopped out. So now we're just gonna casually be eating through the chain combo chains or whatever. I can't think of words, but we're gonna be going through that. Sometimes talking is hard. Kitti trying to figure out a quick option to stay alive. Oh, I think he might be out if he stopped out. Yeah. Alright, good win from Dex. Dex knows to watch out for getting sniped at the very beginning, because Kitti is very capable of doing that to you. That's just like we were saying, adapting to someone's play style. You know for a fact that Kitti likes to open with a couple of some combo blocks to try to take a quick win from you. Always gotta be watching out for that when you're playing. Ooh, nice job. Dex was doing a good job of continuing to chain and give himself options to find the defensive option, so he was doing exactly what he needed to do, and it paid off for him really well because it ended up being the attack that killed off Kitti. Yeah, if you're watching Dex screen, you'll probably see a lot of different frame tricks and fun moves throughout the match. It goes for a lot of interesting stuff. I would say that Dex does rely a bit more on some big chaining. Kitti does like to subscribe more to the just constantly sending combo garbage to you. He makes a good save there, but he didn't quite have a follow-up. No transition quite set up for Kitti. So Dex taking his 6th win. I think Dex should have pushed up a little bit, give himself more options. He's giving himself more now as the stack slowly rises, but especially his opponents later on as they become much more consistent at doing big chains. That's a nice slide from Dex as well. You want to make sure that you don't get caught in a bad situation, so that'd be a good habit to establish now. At the very beginning, if your opponent doesn't top you out, just go ahead and push on up, give yourself a few more panels to work with, because you can assume that it's coming. Kitti with a very quick save. I don't think he had many frames left of his life to do that. Alright. Some more combo coming from Kitti. So is Dex ready? Oh, he's quick with those yellows. Nice save from Kitti as well. Yeah, Kitti is doing some absolutely good defense. I will agree with you, Blame Jukes. And some more chaining coming from Kitti, so Dex will be topped out in just a moment. So now he's going to be doing a little bit of burning, trying to find the option for the clear. He has some with the greens. Meanwhile, Kitty's just planted a little bit of a lower stack. He was a bit higher up earlier, so that makes sense. Kind of clear things up, and Kitti takes the win. So Kitti has twice as many wins as Dex now, so it'll be a little bit more of a hassle for Dex to make that comeback, but it is still possible. Alright, here's some chaining coming from Kitti. That's going to top off Dex. I think especially if you're going to go for an attack at the beginning where you're hoping to snipe your opponent, a little bit like that, you want to, if your combo garbage doesn't kill him in the first 10 seconds, you want to follow up with a good chain, I think, a lot of the time. Because you know that little bit of combo garbage you sent was cleared off instantly, and think you got to give something else for your opponent to chew on. More chains from Kitti. Dex is working through what he just had sent to him. Scared me a little bit with Dex was quick with that, able to turn a 6 into a 7. Arguably not anyone's favorite choice because the 7 is not the greatest type of garbage block to send, especially when your opponent's not topped off at all. You gotta be careful and do maybe the safer options when defending, but he's very quick with his cursor, so he doesn't have too much of an issue with going for quick saves. Kitti taking that one. Not the +7. +7s are okay. Don't, until you're like, I don't know, high platinum or something, I'd say even then, like, just keep sending 7s. Everyone's like, oh no, don't send 7s. It really, most people, that's really not too much of an issue. Defense from Kitti walking those reds over. Dex not quite able to get the save, though he did have something with the yellows. Good opener from Kitti. Dex had one, but it kind of got interrupted. Right. Good save from Dex, popping those yellows. It didn't clear the garbage, but it didn't need to. Gave him just another half a second to live, and that's all I needed to find the next save. I couldn't get that purple over, went the wrong direction. Like I mentioned earlier, like it's good. One good habit to get rid of is when you're in trouble, don't down stack, but instead just find another clear. That's in that situation it was a little tougher because he was pretty sure he could have down stacked, and in most cases he would have been able to and found a quick immediate clear, but it's always good to go for the safer option, which is, could you do something else? Could you just do another quick 3 match or something to give yourself that extra little time so you don't have to scurry over real quick? That all comes with more time and game sense. Good chain from Dex, but wasn't ready for that. That combo garbage got buried in, and I did not like that right away. No. right, Dex. I wasn't quite ready. I feel like the matches are going a little bit faster and faster as we go, so it's easy to get frustrated as you start to see the score separate. But one thing to do is always try to just slow it down and focus more on defense if you're having quick losses, and try to rein it back in. Easier said than done. If I could have my own self actually take that advice, I would be a much better player. But oh, no, that was a good save from Dex. A little bit of back and forth, but he found the way. He found the clear. Oof. Oh, missed the insert though. He had to back up. Man, that was some good work from Dex. Now he's building up a good attack. That was a good situation of what I was mentioning earlier, where how Dex made that big save. You just got to keep popping stuff. Down stacking, dangerous. Making another 3-match, not dangerous. You will live. All right, Kitti is just layered up with garbage. He had a clear with the reds, but didn't quite walk it over. He tried to walk the bottom 2 over to the left instead of walking the top one to the right. Eh. We love to start with just like little bits of combo garbage at the very opening. These two. Here comes some more chain garbage. Oh, wow. Kitti is quick with that. Yeah, Kitti is now doing a good job of layering more and more just tiny bits of garbage to try to finish off the job. Dex had some weird layering to work through, so we're at match point for Kitti. We'll see if Dex is able to match up a little bit more of some wins. Side note, I think both players kind of started with the same opening in the same place, but Dex wasn't quite able to bring that dark blue out to make the clear. He had it right there, but that's a classic kind of kill situation where you have some blocks clearing right where you're trying to actually make the save. Tough spot, but overall, good job, guys. That leaves us with 20 for Kitti and 7 for Dex. And I think that's just about it. So I don't think there's too much else to mention at the moment. We have our novice tournament coming up. That in 2 days. So if you haven't signed up for our novice tournament, that's open to everyone who's copper and bronze. We'd love to have you join. We only have a few people, so we would love to have a bigger tournament. And join the Discord if you're not in it to check out other events. I think that's more or less it for me. So good games, everyone, and we'll catch you at the next one.